Okay, so one of the first things I tell patients when they have frozen shoulder is, against everything inside your body which tells you not to use the shoulder, you need to keep using it. So if you go into a cupboard and there's some tin of soup, cup at the top, really try and use the injured shoulder to try and get up and try and really test it and challenge it, because it's the not using it which causes the shoulder to stiffen up over time. So one of the first things I check with patients is their range of movement. So how high can we get this arm up? When it comes up, does it come all the way up in the shoulder, or does the shoulder stop and then the elbow bends? You quite often see when we do sort of abduction or this movement, you'll tend to get people will stop here, and then to try and make it look like it's go higher, they'll bend the body, okay? So first exercise I tend to give people something called wall climb. All you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands straight out against the wall, keep the elbow straight, this is really important, and then we're just going to try and climb up the wall as far as you can. As soon as you get to the point where you get pain, you need to stop, wait a few seconds, and then try and come a little bit higher, and keep challenging that 3 or 4 to 5 times a day. Now, it's really important here that you make sure that the elbow stays straight, because quite often I see people do this and it looks like we're going higher, but the shoulder hasn't moved at all. So we now repeat this on a sideways movement. So same sort of thing, I'm going to stand just off so you can see into this movement, and then we're going to same come up higher. Same again, it's really important that as we're coming up, we don't bend the elbow to try and get it higher. So the next exercise is called pendulum. Now you can use a tin of soup for this, or if you've got weights in the house, that's absolutely fine. And what we wanted to do is we just want to use the weight of the soup or the weights to let the shoulder hang loose. We're going to start off with some really small rotational exercises, and then we're going to get bigger and bigger. And then we're going to go the other direction, and it gets bigger and bigger. I'm going to do this every day, 5 times. It doesn't have to be hand soup, by the way, but what this does is it just sort of drags the shoulder down a little bit, which stretches the muscles and the capsule. Shoulder shrugging is a great exercise for this, so we're just going to activate the shoulders and then let them drop. We can do this for 3 sets of 10, and once you've done that, then we can start to go into a rotation coming forwards, just starting to loosen the muscles off. And I find 3 sets of 10 rotating forwards and rotating backwards helps a great deal. Another exercise which is really good, which I've shown on previous videos, is where you come into this movement, put your hand across and pull it straight across, and what you'll see is my shoulder blade will come out slightly as I'm stretching it. It gets a real good stretch in there. Another good exercise is, for example, I'll show you with my right hand for this one, is that you lean against the wall like this and you just use your arm to push into the wall 20%. So we challenge it for 30 seconds, relax, do that 3 times for 10 sets for 3 times. And what that's doing there is we're just starting to engage that muscle to start moving without actually going through that painful range of motion. So in this position, you would have the shoulder sit quite nicely, elbow drop, and then with the fingers we can just crawl forward as far as you possibly can. You should feel a bit of a stretch in the posterior or the back aspect of this, and then you can let it come back, and we can do this 10 times, really good. So in this position, arm is like this, we're just going to creep forward as far as we possibly can. You'll feel a stretch towards the back aspect of your shoulder. You can bring the shoulder back and carry it forward. So these are the best exercises that I found for the initial stages of frozen shoulder. Let me know what you think of them, let me know if they've helped you, and please feel free to like and subscribe for more videos as they come. Thanks everyone, bye now.